The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the desolate landscape. A chill breeze whispered through the trees, rattling the brittle leaves like forgotten memories. At the heart of this decay stood an old mansion, its once grand facade now cloaked in ivy and cobwebs, looming like a spectre over the forgotten grounds. Hannah, Jake, Mia, and Lucas stood at the wrought iron gate, the creaking sound echoing in the silence of the evening. They'd heard the stories, the blood-curdling tales that made the mansion a local legend. Some said it was cursed, others claimed the former residents still wandered its halls. Fueled by curiosity and a touch of teenage bravado, they dared each other to step inside. "Are we seriously doing this?" Mia asked, her voice tinged with both excitement and trepidation. "Come on," Jake said, flashing a grin. "What's the worst that could happen? Ghosts? We'll just ask them to show us their old photo albums." Lucas nudged him, smirking. "Yeah, right." With a shared breath, they pushed the gate open, the rusty hinges screaming in protest. As they stepped onto the manicured but overgrown path leading to the entrance, the air grew cold. The mansion loomed larger, its crumbling brick walls hinting at stories of grandeur long forgotten. The friends made their way inside, the heavy wooden door creaking dangerously as they entered. The foyer was a testament to time's brutal grasp. Dust motes danced in the fading light, and the air was thick with the scent of mildew. Up, a grand staircase spiraled upwards, and portraits of the former residents hung crookedly on the walls, their gazes seemingly following the four explorers. "This place gives me the creeps," Hannah whispered, her bravado waning. "But let's split up," Jake suggested, trying to inject some courage into the group. "We'll cover more ground that way. Meet back in 30 minutes. Mia frowned but nodded. "Just don't get lost, okay?" Reluctantly they separated, the silence soon punctuated by the occasional creak of the old house settling. Jake and Lucas headed down a narrow corridor adorned with faded wallpaper, while Mia and Hannah ventured up the staircase, tracing their fingers along the railing etched with carvings. As Mia reached the second floor, she pushed open a door then to a vast room. The light from her phone illuminated a dusty ballroom, the once grand chandelier hanging perilously above. It shimmered but felt haunting, as if it held the secrets of the past. "Look at this place," Mia exclaimed, twirling to appreciate the full scope of the room. Before Hannah could respond, they heard a faint whisper, barely perceptible. The girls exchanged wide-eyed glances, tension prickling the air. "Did you hear that?" Hannah asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Mia nodded, her heart pounding. "Let's check it out." Meanwhile, Jake and Lucas found themselves in a dimly library, books strewn across the floor as if someone had hurriedly abandoned them. As Jake examined the spines, Lucas peered out the window. "Hey, check this out," he called, pointing over Grogan Garden. Beneath the layers of weeds, a series of headstones lay hidden. Their names were faded, and the years etched into stone were worn by time. Jake felt an unsettling chill creep up his spine. "We should go back and meet with the girls," he said, the earlier bravado slipping away. The two hurried towards the staircase just as Mia and Hannah stumbled upon a hidden compartment in the ballroom. Inside lay a dusty old diary, its pages brittle with age. They opened it carefully, and the words began to unravel a dark tale of betrayal and despair. The former residents had been part of a prestigious family, but envy had poisoned their relationships. Love had turned to hatred, and in a desperate act of rage, a family member had claimed the lives of others in pursuit of jealousy. Just then, the lights flickered, and an icy draft swept through the room. The girls gasped, and before they could react, a voice, distinct and echoing, filled the air. "Leave this place." Panic-stricken, they sprinted for the staircase, their hearts racing. Just as they reached the first floor, Jake and Lucas arrived, their faces showing equal alarm. "What happened?" Lucas demanded breathlessly. There was something in the ballroom. Mia's voice trembled. "We found a diary. It's haunted. There were murders, a family destroyed by jealousy. Let's get out of here," Jake urged. The group quickly gathered their senses and headed for the door. As they stepped outside, the sun had fully set, and the mansion stood ominously in the moonlight, its silhouette a stark reminder of the horrors they had just uncovered. They didn't stop until they reached the safety of their cars, breathing heavily but relieved to have escaped the darkness within. "Do you think they're still here?" Hannah asked, looking back at the mansion, its windows like hollow eyes watching them leave. "They might be," Lucas replied, glancing back with a shiver. "But we're better off knowing their story. Let's make sure it's never forgotten." As they drove away, the mansion sat alone, its dark secrets still lurking within, awaiting the next curious souls brave enough to uncover the truth behind the whispers of the past.